Good morning. It's Sunday, and I don't know what I'm going to do today, but I was just going to come on and talk to y'all a minute. I know I got to run down here to the grocery store. We got a collab coming up Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's hosted by Heather Rose Up. It's your top five family favorite Weight Watcher recipes, and so I needed to buy a few things for that. I was going to do one recipe, and then I was like a doofus rereading the email, and the WW stuck out at me because I had family favorites. Even though they would be Weight Watcher friendly, there was going to be one that was massively not Weight Watcher friendly, and I'm like, oh, I might better switch that around a little bit. So I got a couple ingredients I need to go pick up because I'll work on that this weekend. Well, that'd be today. And one of my lunches this week, I want BLTs, and I got to thinking, ooh, I got a couple tomatoes in there that they're not good sandwich quality, and come on out here before I check to see. I thought the farm fresh market opened at 7. I could have swore that's what I read, but apparently they open different on Sunday. So it's still a couple hours before I can go there. And instead of making one trip, I'm already out here, and I'm going to go to Food Line, do what I got to do there. But I want to go to the farm fresh simply for good tomatoes. They sell heirloom tomatoes. They are so deep red and flavorful. Oh my gosh, they are delicious. So I wanted some good sandwich tomatoes because ain't nobody got a garden going on, and these things, even though they're tomatoes that they ship in probably from South Carolina, because most of our produce that we get up here comes from South Carolina, and they're still not like completely vine ripe. I think I read something somewhere where they put them in like pretty much green and gas them so they'll be ripe by the time they hit the shelves, and you can taste it. You can taste it. So what I want to do is, when tomato season comes on, we have a tomato and strawberry farm just right up the road, 20 minutes from here, and me and Mama always went picking strawberries during strawberry season, and we always went picking tomatoes in tomato season. I mean, fields and fields. You can drive your car down to it, get out. You can bring your own buckets, so they'll give you buckets, but you can't take their buckets. You can pick in it, and then you got to have something like in your trunk or whatever to put your tomatoes in. And we would just pick buckets of tomatoes and come home and just can tomatoes. I mean, tons of tomatoes. So I wanted to can some more for the past number of years, but I quit canning the I used, if somebody gave it to me or I got a hold of it, I canned it or I froze it. I did something with everything everybody ever gave me. So I used to have just shelves of canned foods, freezer stocked full of anything you could imagine. And I just had quit canning. I just quit. I gave all my jars to my cousin, because till the day she died, she canned. And what I wouldn't do to have them jars back, because they're expensive to replace. But they was doing me no good sitting out in the building, so that ship sailed. But I'm wanting some canned tomatoes. I make a one pot spaghetti, and the first time I ever made it, it was, I got some itching going on. I made it with my home canned tomatoes, and that's years ago. And so we fell in love with it. Ever since I quit canning, it does not taste the same with these store-bought tomatoes. It just does not. So that is on my big to-do list that I don't know if I'll do it or not. I need to start buying my jars now, because they will get gone. The closer it comes to garden making time, putting on time, whatever you want to call it, they'll get gone. Then I'll be stuck, and I won't be able to do nothing whether I want to or not. But you can go up there. You don't have to pick them. I wouldn't be able to pick them now, but you can go up there and just buy them, you know, already picked. A little bit more expensive, but you know, it's just whatever. So, I don't know if y'all watched my little grocery haul that I had got. I don't know why I'm itching so bad. I ain't got the goodies, I promise. But if you watch my grocery haul, Sebastian, he was here. Now, I was going to keep him the whole weekend and him spend 2 nights. He come Friday. He's going to spend Friday night and Saturday night and then go home sometime today. But I'm going to tell you what, he was good as gold. Oh my gosh. He acts like a, I don't know what to RJ, but over here, good as gold. Oh my gosh, the kid was an angel. He listened to me. He didn't pout. He didn't whine. He did what I told him. We played. We laughed. We had a good time. We come outside and I had got him a ball and bubbles. He loves bubbles. And we were blowing bubbles at each other. And the harder I flinched back, the louder he laughed. We had the best time. But I'm going to tell you, I couldn't keep up with him physically. He's very active, and you know a 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old, they're constantly something you got to do. Not chasing after him, keeping him out of stuff. Just, I want this, I want that. Let's do this, let's do that. And it just got to where I just can't get up and down to keep up with him, and so I was just wore out. I told RJ, I said, I hate to do it because I want to see him, but I couldn't do another day, so he went home yesterday. But while I was saying in my grocery haul, I've told you before, the child loves grits. He'll get out of that car and he'll come up to the house and I'll be sitting there. First thing he'll say, want grits. That's what he used to call them, grits. Want grits. Momo, want grits. I'm like, well, you gonna have grits. Saturday morning, yesterday morning, he wanted, well, first of all, that was, he said he was hungry. You know, some breakfast. Okay. Well, we already got his bath and everything, and I started naming it. Do you want waffles? No. Do you want eggs? No. Do you want grits? No. Do you want oatmeal? No. Do you want... I can't even remember how many things I mentioned. Everything was no. Then he looks over at his candy bowl. He goes, well, I think I could have candy. I'm like, no. So he was saying no to everything in hopes that I was going to say, oh, yeah, we'll just have some candy. Anyway, he wanted grits. That's what he told me. Well, he eats the instant grits. That's what he's always eat because it's quick, it's easy, and boom, he's got breakfast. And I only had 1 pack, and I knew he would eat 2. So I decided to make grits, and I got the 5-minute grits. And you cook them on the stove, right? So I made the grits. Ooh, they was nice. I made his grits, cooled them off. I always put milk in it to help them cool off, and I stick them in the freezer a little bit, and I set them down in front of him, and first he thought they was hot, and I'm like, no, we'll just lick and see, because I had tested it. I don't give them to him blindly. I make sure to see what the middle's doing, because the grits will scald you. Well, he put it up to his mouth, and he took a little taste, and he just kind of looked at me. I said, go on and eat, they're not hot. So he put another bite in his mouth, and I was sitting there with him, and I said, go on and eat the grits, baby. He took him a bite that time. He looks over at me, he goes, I think these grits have crumbs in them. I'm like, no, them's just grits, honey. The difference, if you've never had instant grits and then cooked grits and then even regular grits are even creamier than the 5-minute grits. But I don't have time to stand there and cook no regular grits. I just don't. I ain't going to. Unless it would be a special occasion. Instant grits are like all the same texture. They're not creamy at all. They're just, and they're not rough, but they have body to them, I guess is a good way to say it. But they're all one texture. There's not any grits that stands out. Okay, in the cooked grits, the 5-minute grits, they're creamy, but there are little flecks of grits in them that don't turn creamy. So you can taste those little flecks when you're eating them, he was not used to that. They were not the grits he has been raised on, and he wouldn't eat them. So he would not eat the grits with the crumbs in. I thought that was hilarious. The kid cracks me up. So we're outside. I was sitting in my chair, and I give him a spoon, because I always played with a spoon outside. My kids did, so I had bought him a little bucket and a shovel, but like back here, the dirt we have is very hard. So I give him a spoon to get some, scoop on it. And he got his cars and his trucks, his dump trucks. He hit his ball, his bubbles. So we're out here playing. He's trying to scoop that dirt. I said, well, the grill's sitting out here. It's just a charcoal grill, one of the black kind with the two little side thingies. And he saw I had a trowel. I don't even know what I was doing, because I don't have anything back here that's planted. So I don't know unless I was repotting a plant. So my little trowel was sitting on the side of that grill. And he looks, he goes, oh, I see that shovel. Can I use that shovel? I said, you sure can. So he was digging, played. Time to go in. I said, let's put everything in your bucket. So he was putting it in the bucket. Well, he left the trowel out. I said, well, put that shovel in your bucket. He said, no, that goes over here beside the thingy that makes waffles. the grits have crumbs and the grill makes waffles. The kid cracks me up. But we did have a good 2 days while he was here. RJ said he'll bring him back, one day this week, like for a day play date. And that way I don't have to give him a bath, because sitting on that hard tub, I can't hardly get up at all. And my knees are acting up big time. So anyway, that was my fun time with Sebastian. He just says stuff that cracks us up all the time. Oh my gosh, there's a squirrel up on that power line. Those baby squirrels, I don't know if y'all saw them. A couple weeks ago, I put that little clip in there of little baby squirrels under my tree. They're growing. They're still out there. They come out there playing. Yesterday, they was really out there playing. I think they're eating the acorns, because you can see them standing up doing their thing. But they're growing. Oh! Y'all... That was straight up a bird headed straight for my car window. And when he got up there, he scooped it up and went over the top. Oh, my Lord have mercy. That has never happened to me before. Okay. He just scared me. Oh, my gosh. Listen, I'm in the jungle this morning. I don't think there was nothing else I was going to tell you. Seemed to me like there was. But I'm just going to do some, I don't even know if you can call it meal prepping. Today I'm going to fry my bacon for my BLTs, have that done. Now I got to do bacon for my bacon and cheese chicken, but I have to do that when I cook it, because you actually put the chicken back in the pan with the bacon grease. And that's kind of do you count the grease? How do you not count the grease? Isn't that? I just count it with the bacon and just be done with it. Oh, that it is what I was going to tell you. Talking about food. I have done so good since restarting Simply Feeling. Y'all know I have. You see, I've lost the weight. I've been tracking. I've been eating right. I'm going to tell you what. Woo, what I had to track yesterday was terrible. David, he had went down to his mama's. He actually didn't work in the yard or nothing. He went down to his mama's because he didn't get to take her out to eat for Mother's Day, so they was going to get him something that he was going to, like, take her out, you know what I mean? Take her out. And, so he got home fairly early. Normally he gets down there and stays forever. She, like, don't let him leave. And he come in, he was laying over on the couch, and I got to do something. And he said, "You're not cooking tonight." I said, "What do you mean?" I had already planned to make that school pizza. "Well, you're just not cooking tonight." He said, "You need a break. Your legs has been hurting you. You're tired. You need a break." I'm like, okay. I'll go for that. When we were sitting over there, "What do you want to eat?" You know, the whole, "What do you want to eat?" "I don't care. What do you want?" I want pizza. I don't want that. So you know what you don't want to eat. Well, I got to thinking, and it dawned on me, I wanted a fish plate. I didn't want none of this baked in the oven fish. I want a fish plate. My go-to down here at the fish camp is the salt and pepper catfish strips. They don't have the salt and pepper catfish. Oh my Lord, let me tell you. I'll tell you about me and my first husband in a minute. So we went for the fish plate. He got that. Then we went for the Krispy Kreme. On Saturdays they run a special. You buy a dozen original and you get a dozen. They call it the sweet box. It's just original, and one donut is made like a smiley face, yellow smiley face. Anyway, you buy one, you get one. And then we wanted like the mixed. Holly and Kyle, they went in. Well, they didn't go in on it. We got some, you know, for all of us. And then I took a box up to RJ. So after my fish plate, we ate that pretty early too to beat the crowd. And later on, I had the donuts, and I had more than one donut. Listen, what I used to tell Chuck, because he loved a Krispy Kreme, and y'all know we worked together for years. You know, at one office he owned, and then another office, so we worked together for years. Besides just being best friends, and we were going to get donuts one day, and we had those, and he's like, do you want another? I had one. You want another one? I'm like, you don't get a body like this on one donut. He used that forever. If you wanted two or something, you don't get a body like this on one whatever. Anyway, yeah, I have more than one donut. So I don't know what my weight will be Thursday, but I will tell you this. And I tracked it, and it was big points, and I tracked it, and so I'm sitting here Sunday right now, like 30-some over my weeklies, because I get 42 weeklies. So, I had already eaten some, because I eat a little bit every day, depending on what I want to have with my meal, because everything's simply filling. You still have to have a little something in there. So, after the donuts and the fish plate, and what I had already eaten, it put me over like 30. And the first week I started, I was over way more than that, and I lost 10 pounds. Last week was that week I lost 8 pounds. I was over. Last week I was over. My doctor, who's retiring at the end of the month, anyway, she's told me many times, you do not get fat on one meal. Okay. So that was one meal. And it was a big meal. It was, you know, fried fish, fried donuts, because they fry them. Who you ought to watch it. It's fun. It wasn't like a huge quantity. It was just fatty foods. The thing is, I was up Friday, because y'all know I weigh daily, unless I just don't think about it or I don't feel like it. But I did weigh Friday because I was just curious. After I lost again, I like to see. Well, I was up several pounds on Friday. Weighed yesterday. Well, I was up. I weighed this morning. I was way up. So I don't know if it'll like come off before Thursday or if I'll be up. But I have had pretty good luck of losing. I have not had a big up week yet, and that's how my body rolls. So if I do, I do, but I'm not gonna blame it on this meal. I know that much. If I ate that meal every day, I would blame it on it, but I'm not gonna blame one meal on it. But the fish, oh my Lord, me and my first husband, there's this little fish camp, little hole in the wall down the road, and so on the weekends we go get us some salt and pepper catfish. And I'm gonna tell you, the smaller the better. Just the little, and it's the whole catfish. I know some of you know what I'm talking about. Y'all been there. It's the whole catfish, salt and peppered, fried to perfection. they give you all you could eat, right? Well, listen, we could eat. Now, you keep in mind, there's not a whole lot of meat on a little old catfish. If you pick it off, I mean, you just got a little bit of meat. So you got to eat a lot of them catfish to get full. Honey, we would sit there, they give you a plate for your bones. You get your food, you got a plate for your bones. We would sit there between us, eating them catfish with a plate staked high in them fish bones. And she'd have to come over there and give us a new bone plate. That was like almost every weekend. And I wasn't nowhere near as big as I am now. I was just kind of, I don't know, just regular big. Does that make sense? Just kind of I wouldn't mind being that size again. Put it that way. So, well, that was, I'm trying to think if I had RJ yet or not when we were doing that. No, I don't think I could have, because I'll tell you what, I didn't let him go anywhere for the first 2 years of his life, and that is not an exaggeration. I wouldn't even let him go to my mama's house. I was so protective and worried about that baby that I would not let him out of my sight for 2 solid years. And when it and not that I was worried about my mama, obviously I knew she was a good mama, but I could not, I couldn't be away from him. I just couldn't do it. So even when he started going to her at 2 years old, I was panicked because he was not with me. He stayed by my side or on my hip 2 years. You know how good you cook when you got a baby. That's what they say, why God give woman hips, because you got a baby sitting up on it. I kept him up on my hip and done anything I need to do with the other hand. That's just how it was. So yeah, I think we would have been dating, because the first 2 years he would have been with us and he wasn't with us. So that must have been during our dating time, pre-RJ time, because we dated and then we were married, I don't know, over a year before he was ever born. So anyway, all right. I hope y'all have a good Sunday. And I don't know, I'll just talk to you later. All right, here's my little Harris Teeter haul. Instead of Food Line, I decided on Harris Teeter to look for tomatoes, but ended up going to the farmer's market. Oh my goodness, what a mess I had. Let me show you what I got. Well, first of all, you see that toilet paper back there? I'll give you 2 guesses how much it was. $9. That's how much it was. I picked up 2 because the price wasn't on the shelf. And I told that little girl, I said, can I check it first? $8.99. So I got 1. I will find some somewhere else, hopefully. Then I needed some more olive oil. I got some new little oil holders over there. Next time I cook, you'll see them. And then this is new for Harris Teeter. They didn't used to sell the fat-free sour cream. I have a couple things I'm making, but 3 tablespoons is 1 point. And a third a cup is 2 points. So that's pretty good right there. This is apparently going to be my new butter. I hadn't checked out any other ones, but this is the one I could find today. They apparently don't make my Country Crock Light that I always cook with. That's 1 point per tablespoon, no matter how many. This one's a little bit more. Not bad, but still. So there's the points on that. So whereas the other one will be 4 points for the 4 tablespoons, this is 6. Which, like I said, it's not bad, but still, it's not the butter I like. Well, the butter I like is straight from the cow, but that's neither here nor there. Then this is for my banana pudding, 5 points for that whole box. And this is for one of the sour creams to eat with my lavash crackers. 2 points for the whole thing, which I don't count spices and seasonings, but I don't think 2 points spread out over 2 cups of sour cream is going to make a big bit of difference. And this was because I wanted them and they were on sale. You can see the points on that. 29 grams for 5 points, and then down to sniveling little 18 grams for 3 points, if that's all you want to spend. And then you can't have a BLT without lettuce. the hash browns. I know some of you have been having trouble finding hash browns. I've not had trouble at all, so I don't know what that's about. But purple, of course, these are 0, and the other plans, 3 ounces of these are 2 points. Forgot to get milk at Walmart. Can't have pudding without milk. I run out of my community coffee. Yes, all that coffee I bought, I'm out of until I can buy a big box from Sam's. This was buy one, get one free, so it will last me until then. Then this was, that's their brand, the HT Traders. I have one of the other loose teas, and it's really good. But the peach lemon, that's what got me. Those are my 2 go-to flavors in one blend. So I'm excited to try that for my iced tea. And then look, wild sweet orange in the Tazo. I'm excited to try that too. So I don't know which one I'm going to drink first today. And then there's the peppers for those hash cakes, and cucumbers were 3 for 99 cents. And a couple bananas that are pudding ready. And then here are my, it's dark over here, my pretty farmer's market. I can't find a good spot where there's a light. Anyway, the bottoms, all of them look like that. But it doesn't matter because they're delicious. What happened at Harris Teeter, me and that little girl was talking too much, and we forgot to put in my VIC card. That is blurry. There it went. Got all the way down to the road to the farmer's market because I had spent too much time in there. Had time for it to open. Went in too early because the door was open. They let me in, but then they shut the door. Had to go back to Harris Teeter. Got $14 back because of the card. So $14 ain't nothing to sneeze at. Alright, well, there's my, I figured, I wasn't going to show you, but after I went to all that trouble to get my money back, I figured I'm going to show you. So, that's it.